Hello, this is Yahweasel. This is Radical. Why do I always, for some reason, I really want to roll the R in Radical Dreamers. This is Radical Dreamers. We have got the signet ring, and now we are going to find our way back to the old man in the catacombs in fast motion. Zzz. Uh-oh, something's dropped into my hood. I run my fingers through it and manage to peel off a cold, slimy object. Look up at the ceiling. There's thousands— oh, the bats are back. Okay. Oh, not bats, the leeches are back. Okay, we've had to deal with this once. Yep, there's tons of leeches. We've seen this. Gotta turn around! Countless number have started to whatever. Make a run for it. No, carefully tiptoe. Carefully tiptoe. Kid would never respect me if I lost my cool. Yep, exact same conversation. She hops on, she's heavier than I thought. They're all over him, she freaks out. I pick up the pace, I start to jog, she freaks out. They're all over her. Get him off. We've already done this one. I didn't want to do Yahweasel Cast Death because it's not actually a battle, per se. Thanks. Parry! Now is where the battle starts. The demon easily anticipates my move. Ah, he hurt me there. Oh well. Oh, the leeches are back. Suddenly leeches start to come from out from behind the demon, inching their way towards us once again. This can't be real, Kid shouts, shutting her eyes tightly. Suddenly the leeches vanish into thin air. They must be nothing more than hallucinations. Attack it! I switch my knife around for a backhanded attack, and the demon grins a disgusting smile at me. My dead on it. Why do I keep trying to do that? I keep forgetting that I can't really hurt it. What are you smiling at, freak? Kid yells, gives us a twisted, fang-laden smile. I clean the sweat off my brow and try to keep focused. I can't— oh, yep, fine, yep. I look into its eyes, that was dumb, yep, fine. Okay, bye. I'm barely hurt at all, but I did get hurt. You gotta put a gash in my shoulder. What are you talking about? Why does it give me that message whether I'm hurt or not? Here we are, back into the catacombs. We return to the old man. Magil walks up to the cell and grasps the iron bars. He positions his feet and starts to pull away the bars with an incredible intensity. What? If he could do that, why didn't he do that before? After a moment, the bars start to bend like taffy. Great. Magil enters first through the newly created opening. Kid follows, kneeling down before the mumbling old man. Putting her hands on the old man's shoulders, Kid tries to look into his eyes, but he continues to stare at the floor. Frustrated, she starts to shout at him, shaking him vigorously. Come on, old fella, get up! The old man's head shakes back and forth like a rag doll's, but his eyes remains averted. Well, yeah, that's not gonna help. I come between Kid and the old man. Kid looks down at me with straightforward eyes. Don't you get in the way, Serge. Kid, look at him, I say. Being agitated is the last thing he needs right now. Huh, after I'm done with him, this old geezer's gonna be brimming with old stories. As Kid shifts her— what is that? What? Shifts her weight onto her other knee. Suddenly the acacian ring falls out of her pocket. It falls down to the ground, bouncing once, twice, 3 times, and then falls into a grate. Oops. And it comes to a stop right before the old man's eyes. Trying to get Kid to calm down, I signal for her to look over to the man, who's now smiling, faintly. The ring, he says, in a voice so quiet it's barely audible. However, his eyes quickly return to their murky state. Finally, my allies, you have returned. Because of me, the frozen flame was seized, and I have desecrated the name of the Acacia Dragoons. I am the only one left, but you have returned. Ah, Merkid Zorander, now that we are once again reunited, Let us all head back to Stike Lake. Jeez, listen, mister. The frozen flame, where is it? Any small hint will help, come on. Frozen flame? The old man asks. A warm smile streaks across his face. Ah, my dear Miss Riddell, I have not seen you in quite some time. Surely you have not forgotten the secret entranceway. Yeah, you think you could tell me about that again, Gramps? Kid asks, trying to sound as ladylike as possible. In the ballroom, third candlestick on the left. Kid hugs the old man, ecstatic, and so he resumes his mumbling in that distant, shuddering voice. Please forgive me for your father. I beg you, Riddell. The dragoons. It's high time for you to bust on out of here, old man, Kid says, pointing to the bent iron bars. However, he once again refuses to look up. Come on, we've done all we can do here. He's got to walk through these bars himself. Thanks, old-timer. I don't know who said that. Hello! We got the information. It's time to go to the ballroom. In fast motion. Zzz. The ballroom was useless before, but now we know the secret. A countless number of candles spectacularly illuminate this huge room. An old-fashioned grandfather clock stands on the right, ticking away with morbid stillness. I step into the center of the hall, looking upwards at the oil canvases shimmering in the low light. Okay, third one on the left, Kid says quietly. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. As Kid slowly pushes against the candlestick, it starts to move slowly. slowly. What's going on? I stammer, trying to brace myself. This entire room is slowly sinking into the ground, Magil says, so the whole room is an elevator, which might explain why it didn't seem to be there before. The ballroom is sinking, all of it. Suddenly the room starts to fall much faster. Chills run down my spine as I look around, seeing the paintings smacking against the walls and the candles dropping to the floor. As I start to get used to the sinking sensation, my heart fills with a violent mixture of anxiety, expectation, and hope. What awaits us at the bottom? The frozen flame. Could it really be down here? Is this our adventure's end? What if we actually take it into our hands? Kid, Magil, wonder what they're feeling right now. As the room continues to sink underground like an elevator to hell, I start to hear Kid speak in a soft, meek voice. This music. Sometimes I do struggle to win, even when I know I've already lost, just like that lady said. Why do I do that? Looking over at her, I realize this isn't the Kid I usually see. There, a faint, shy smile can be seen across her face. Suddenly, I feel something so powerful go through me, it feels like a wave of fire surging through my heart. Is it fate? Fate? Life? I don't even know anymore. But with Lynx, nothing's set in stone. But sometimes it feels like there's something inside me guiding me. No matter what I do. Again, I'm applying this voice just to make it that much more poignant. No matter what I do, it won't matter because I know it'll be showing me what to do next. What am I saying? Crazy talk, Kid says, smiling faintly. I don't know what to feel hearing this. Kid's always put on a strong face no matter what, seemingly embracing terror when it comes, but right now, I can't help but feel the weight of the situation bearing down on us. If you take these matters with a grain of salt like Kid seems to, it's easy to have a day-to-day life like she does. As I look in her face, that strange expression of hers relieves me. I'm sorry, all this talk, it ain't me, Kid says, scrunching her nose. Instantly returning to her serious gaze, she says, but thanks, Serge, Magil, for coming with me. Because of this, maybe down the road, I'll have another chance, whatever that means. Huh? Nothing. Forget it, Kid says, as she closes her eyes, smiling. You'll have another chance. It's called Chrono Cross. As usual, she sends me into deep thought. While only barely visible, Magil stands silently amid the shadow, effortlessly balanced with closed eyes. As I look around my companions, I wonder what awaits us. We share a calm silence in our hearts as we continue to descend, far below ground. The room crashes and we all die. Suddenly a mechanic grinding sound can be heard from all around us. The room comes to a stop, swaying a bit. Guess this is our stop, Kid says with a hollow laugh. I stand motionless, staring at Kid and Magil in the dim, flickering luminescence. Suddenly, the organ comes to life. Looking back towards the monstrous thing, no one is even near it. Nevertheless, it continues to play its strange, twisted tune. This isn't a strange, twisted tune. This is a great tune. There's nothing wrong with this. It's very conventional organ music. The keys and pedals moving wildly on their own. Oh, go dramatic. Come on. Come on. Slow down, then go dramatic. Dramatic! Not as dramatic as I was hoping. Sounds like a funeral march. just kidding. Bad joke, Kid. All right, let's do this, Kid says, taking a deep breath as she heads for the door. This isn't bad. I mean, it's very conventional Baroque, like we have made something sound Baroque, but it's not bad, very conventional Baroque, we've made something sound Baroque. I glance at Magil, nodding my head as we follow her out. Yeah, this is a funeral march. This is what funeral marches are like. Sometimes they're waltzes because people waltz at funerals. That's what they do. It's a funeral waltz. Strix's in chat points out that it's not a march. Yeah, well, it just turned into a funeral waltz, and we all know about the classic funeral waltz. That's how it works. And this is neither. It is all in 3, though. It didn't just switch to 3. We start down the long, dark path in front of us. The air down here carries a thick stench of death. Somewhere further down the passageway, Lynx's subterranean hideout awaits. We've already found his bedroom. Is that not hideout enough? Kid's got a strange look on her face. I can't imagine what must be going through her head right now. Magil, on the other hand, I can never read him. But still, we usually talk a little, lightening things up. Right now, nobody's making a sound. I try to offer some conversation, hoping to avoid the increasing tension. So what really is this frozen flame thing? No response. Just as I start to think no one is going to answer, Magil starts to speak, his low voice echoing throughout the stone corridor. His low voice! It was said to be a gem which soothes all scars, granting eternal life to its owner. It is the Chrono Trigger, or so people believed. The frozen flame is more than just an object. It's not of this world. It descended from the heavens long ago, part of a huge meteorite. Once, there lived a people who sought to harness its power, hoping to tap into the yet unknown— oh, this Kingdom of Zeal! Yet unknown potential, and so it became a treasure of great importance and dreams. However, whether a gift which bestows power is actually a blessing or a curse is another question altogether. Since the birth of humanity, at least one entire race has fallen because of its zeal. These people once built a great thriving metropolis with its power, but now all knowledge of that era has been completely lost within the sands of time. Except for you! Except for you, Magus, a.k.a. Oh, I've forgotten his other name. Janus, Magus, a.k.a. Janus, a.k.a. Magil. A faint feeling of distress comes across Magil's face throughout his speech. But then, how do you know about all this, I ask. Again, no answer. Keeping silent, I continue walking. Our footsteps once again become the only sound filling this dark path. It's far more dramatic when I can't manage to speak. Well, whether any of that's true or not, it's all led us to the same place. Say your prayers, Lynx. We're coming for you. That's all I know, and that's plenty. The frozen flame. What in the world could Lynx see in that mysterious rock? Remembering the painting in the study, the one with the black gem which had a burning glow inside it, could that have been the frozen flame? If that's the case, In the painting, it seemed like all the world was at its mercy, flowing and melting into it. I start to wonder if this is such a good idea, coming here, toying with this ancient artifact. Flooded with thoughts, I pause for a moment to take a deep breath and calm myself. Continuing on a moment later, I feel as though I'm a bit more at peace. Suddenly, Magil comes to a stop. Do not move. Huh? Kid and I look around suspiciously. Around us, bones are scattered in all directions. Many of them have been cut cleanly in half. Is it more threatening for a bone to be cut cleanly in half, or for a bone to be, like, cleaved in half? Because if it's been cut cleanly in half, that suggests there's just, like, a butcher about, which isn't that threatening. Looking around more, amidst the, like, an actual butcher, not, you know, using that term to mean somebody who butchers humans, but, like, just a normal butcher. Looking around more, amidst the dim light, I start to see that the walls have been splattered with blood. Very sharp blade, says Strixes in chat. Well, yeah, but again, it's like, it's a blade so sharp you wouldn't really use it as a weapon, you would just use it to cut through bones. Then suddenly a trace of light catches my eyes from behind. How can it catch your eyes from behind? There's a bolt of electricity approaching us, sparking like a lit fuse on the ground. Coming within a few feet of us, the spark splits off into two, forming a circle around us. Once the circle is complete, an odd glow starts to shine at our feet. Then, from where the sparks had traced, light shoots upwards, forming a wall of light around us. Yeah, this looks like a wall of light. What I'm seeing here, I would describe as a wall of light. Definitely wall of light right here. You couldn't have inverted the image, Chrono Trigger, Radical Dreamers. That would have been too difficult for you. Couldn't have just replaced the black in the background with white, since it is a wall of light. It's a devil circle. We try to move, but we find ourselves caught within the rays of light. Ooh, dramatique. With the scalding, noisy winds whirling— why is the wind scalding? Whirling around us, all I see are rays of shimmering light in every direction I look. Oh, what do I do? I can't see anything in all this light. Magil grabs me by the shoulder and returns me to the center of the circle. Thankfully, he seems to be able to see just fine. His mask is probably shielding his eyes from the radiance. I love this effect. For SNES, this is great.
There is always a way out of a devil circle, Ivan. We must find the gaps to walk through.
If you say so. Suddenly, Kid's elbow grazes one of the walls. Sparks scatter in all directions. She instantly snaps her arm back, wincing in pain. Battle music! Unable to see any gaps whatsoever, I hesitantly start to make my way towards the blinding wall of light. 3 steps to the right. To the right a little. There, come on now. 2 steps to the left. All right, we made it through. However, I open my eyes on with even more of these glimmering walls swirling before us. 2 steps to the left. Two steps to the left. Come on, you already taught me this lesson. And then 2 steps to the right. I even remembered it. 3, 2, 2. And I even remembered it starts with right, and then it goes back and forth. All right, we made it through. I open my eyes only to see even more of these glimmering walls swirling before us. Two steps to the right. 3, 2, 2. To the right, slowly. There, come on now. From where we stand, a small gap in the wall can be seen all of a sudden. Holding my breath, I leap into it with my arms shielding my face. Oh yeah, Yahweasel actually remembered something. It's a rare day. I scurry away from the blood-curdling thing as fast as I can. Looking back, I see it vanish in a puff of smoke just as quickly as it arrived. The wind instantly dies down as well, and all the dust and grime that was blowing around falls back to the floor in a flash. Everything has returned to a quiet stillness. Too quiet. And so, heading down the hallway further and further, eventually... Crash. At last. Kid steps towards the mighty set of doors, letting out a sigh of relief. Beyond this door, the frozen flame. How do you know that? From behind his mask, Magil's eyes let loose a cool radiance. Okay, let's go, Kid says eagerly, grasping the handle to find it locked. Nope. Whoa. This cavern spreads out to great lengths before our eyes. A forgotten world hidden deep below ground. Zork. No, wait. And with a scarlet radiance, a single small gem shimmers in the darkness. The frozen flame. Finally, we're here. The jewel shimmers warmly, almost as if it's responding to Kid's voice. Taking a few steps into the moist cavern, Magil whispers,
Remarkable. Intact ruins of the lost
magical kingdom of Zeal! Just as I start to ask Magil what he means, a taunting laugh can be heard from high above us. Hi! That's Lynx. Lynx! Kid immediately pulls out her knife and hurls it through the air with all her might. Lynx catches it. As it approaches Lynx, he easily swats it out. Oh, even better, he just swats it out of the way, almost too quickly for me to see. Always the same, such a savage little girl. Can't you give a gentleman an honest greeting? You bastard, Kid interrupts. And what have we here? The notorious Shadow Walker. I wouldn't be trying anything like last time if I were you. Beside me, I see Magil come to a stop. Show me a close-up. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Never mind on the close-up view. I've changed my mind. I'm sorry for asking for a close-up view of Lord Lynx. I'd rather not, actually. Lord Lynx, Viper Manor's deadly owner. The very same man who murdered Kid's sister, deceived Riddell's father, and eradicated the Acacia Dragoon, and also killed Riddell's father, but let's set that aside. Maybe because he was a Dragoon, you just let that fall in there, whatever. Welcome back, Kid. I see you have successfully taken the bait, gluttonous as ever. What? Kid says, hesitantly, taking a step back. Lynx stares down at her with those frighteningly piercing eyes of his. You see, Kid, I brought you here because of the rock you carry. Which rock? Surely you remember, the one you received from your sister all those years ago. The priceless keepsake you carry with you dearly, even now. The Chrono Trigger. Okay, never mind. It's not the Chrono... This is the Chrono Trigger. This is the Chrono Trigger. Got it. This whole time, I was certain that the other thing, I've already forgotten the name of it, the frozen flame would be the Chrono Trigger. How'd you know about that? Kid's gaze returns to a scowl. No matter, we're here for the frozen flame. You're finished, you bastard. Ah, yes, toss your little threats around. But remember, no matter how many times you think you have won, I have generously demonstrated how gravely you are mistaken. And with that, Lynx unsheathes a beautiful golden saber. Previously, I've overlooked doing away with you, letting you scurry on with your pathetic little life. However, this time I may not be so generous. Kid takes another step back, glaring at Lynx as he approaches. Lynx, you murderer! I'll never forgive you for— LUCCA! Please hold. I need a second to process that one. I mean, I just I mean... Okay, yeah, continuity, fine. But LUCCA invented a time machine. I find it hard to believe that this guy... Oh, but no, the time machine doesn't need the chrono... Like, this guy murdered the inventor of a time machine, doesn't have time travel. Does he have time travel? Maybe he does. Okay, whatever, he murdered LUCCA. For next time. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, join us on Discord at Yahweasel.com/Discord. Cheers from Yahweasel.